Namaste, Namaskara, Vanakkam. Guys, May 2025 examinations have already kick-started, and I hope you are doing really well in your examinations. Guys, in this video, I am going to share with you few important tips which will be helpful for your tax paper, be it CA final level or CA inter level. See, generally it is seen that in taxation paper especially, students learn on all the concepts. They know all kind of adjustments, be it PGBP, capital gains, or any head you take for that matter. They know all kind of provisions. But when it comes to presentation on paper, they lack. They lose marks because of very silly mistakes which they do while writing their answers on the answer sheet. So in this video, you will be getting the best tips for the tax paper at CA final or CA inter level. The very first tip is what you know. Start with the strongest question you know or the best answer which you will be able to write on the paper, because the first impression is the best impression, boss. So before starting your examination, whatever 15 minutes you get for you to read the question paper, in that time you analyze which is the best question you know, and you can do your best in that answer. So start with that answer only. The next point is read your question very closely, boss. First, understand the demand of the question. What is the examiner asking you? That you have to address. You cannot write some random answer over there. So if something is asked particularly, let's say for example in income tax, generally only total income is asked. The question paper is not asking you to compute, go further and compute tax liability. But students in a rush, what they do, they will compute tax total income as well as tax liability. So you are wasting your time there. So first understand the demand of the question properly, boss. The next tip is show proper working notes. Whatever adjustment you're doing, show why you are doing. Explain why you are doing such adjustment. If you're adding something or reducing something from your profit or net profit, why have you been doing it? Just write it on the paper. Next, if you are making any kind of assumptions, any sort of assumption, if you are making in the paper, write it. Let's say, for example, if a question is not clear about one particular thing, and if you are required to make some sort of assumption, write it in your working notes as well. Now, one more thing. See, lot of times you may not be able to arrive at the final answer in a correct manner. But if you are managed to write the working notes, adjustments, and assumptions wherever required, you can get at least the proportionate marks, because you know stepwise markings are allotted in CA examinations. So, irrespective of whether you will get the right answer ultimately or not, at least you will get partial marks, and every mark matters in CA examination. I hope you know very well about this. The next tip is time management, boss. You need to be sure about which question you will be allocating how much of time. If it is a 4 marker question, how much time you need to allocate. If it is a 10 marker question, how much time you are going to allocate to write the answer for that particular question. You should be knowing that. If you're not getting answer in one particular question, don't get stuck over there and don't spoil the rest of the paper. Rather move on. Just give one particular sort of time for that particular question. If you're able to write the answer in that time, do it. Otherwise, just move on to the next questions, because you have to make sure that you have to attempt the maximum marks possible. So try attempting 100 marks, boss. See, I'm sure if you have genuinely prepared properly 100% of the syllabus, or even 80-90% of the syllabus, in whatever has been asked in the question, you will be able to write at least something in relation to that question. It cannot happen that they can ask you some out of the blue irrelevant topic. That is not going to happen. There would be all topics which are given in your syllabus only. So if there is a particular question which you think that you have read it somewhere, at least write briefly about that topic and come back. And for, of course, for those topics you very well know the answer, you will write it well. But a lot of times it happens that, let's say for example, 90 marks of the paper you have written really well, you have some time left in your examination, and still 10 marks are left. Give your thought to the question which you think that somewhere some topic you can relate it, and you can attempt that. because you may fetch 1 or 2 marks in addition. Next, theory questions write in bullet points. Lot of times it is seen that students write the theory questions in paragraph manner, rather write it in bullet points so that you make the job of the examiner easy, boss. He need not find what points you have written where. In a paragraph, it is very difficult to find the key words and the key phrases what are expected from you. So rather put it in a beautiful bullet manner or a bullet points way, so that the examiner can easily fetch the, or it should be eye catchy for the examiner to quickly check whether you have written the important points or not. Don't repeat the same points again and again. A lot of times it is seen that you have been the students, repeat the same sentence in a three different manners. The same bullet point will be repeated here and there every time. So don't repeat that. Just write it to the point and in a crisp manner. Clean and legible handwriting is expected from you. Of course, boss, if you don't write in a clean manner or in a legible handwriting, how will the examiner understand your answer sheet? And you will not get marks also. No strike offs, boss. If you have to strike off something, there is a manner which you need to do. You cannot just scribble it on the answer. So simply put it like this so that the examiner knows, okay, he can ignore that part of a question while he is evaluating your answer sheet. Next, keep 5 minutes for review. So, if your examination is for 3 hours, you have to plan your examination for 2 hours, 50 minutes, or 55 minutes maximum. Last 5 minutes, just keep for reviewing the whole answer sheet properly, whether you have put it all the answers in a proper manner or not. You have to tie the knot of the paper. For these things also, you need to keep a buffer of 5 minutes at the end of the paper, so that you can politely, in a decent manner, you can give away your paper, rather the examiner snatching your paper from your hand, it may get there also. Yes. Now last thing is, boss, please do subscribe, like, and share this channel. I am sharing a lot of content on taxation, both at CA Inter and CA Final level, for your examinations. And also, I'll be uploading a lot of content on interview preparations, what things you need to focus before going to interview or while giving your interview, what are the things you need to focus. I have worked with Big Four in the past in the corporate tax field, so I'll be sharing all my experiences, be it interview or on the corporate tax field as well. So do subscribe, like, and share this video. I hope you liked it. Take care. Bye bye.